the events coming up this week for Thursday and Friday, and they're very important, especially for the United States and the United Kingdom. So tomorrow, Thursday, if you're watching it on Thursday, this will be today. Anyway, we have a busy morning with a warm-up from the Eurozone. We have the money supply and private loans. One area that the ECB did have success in steering up, in stimulating the economy. Money in circulation is going up, also private loans, but things have stalled a bit. If they fall down, we could see more stimulus from the ECB. But the most important thing comes half an hour later. The first release of UK GDP post-Brexit. Worth pausing a bit on that for a moment, because this is the release for Q3, okay? Third quarter of 2016, which was July to September. The EU referendum was in June, on June 23rd. That means Q3 is entirely after the vote. Of course, the impact of the vote of the breakup of the EU, of the UK leaving the EU, will be seen for years and years. But now we have a full picture. We have sort of the bottom line figure, which is GDP, for the first time after the vote. It'll be very, very important. We expect lower growth. It can be also cyclical. Anyway, it'll also have political implications. Expectations stand at 0.3. Let's see if it continues this way. Okay. Yeah, let's continue with other events over there. On Thursday, another important release comes from the United States. It's half past 12 GMT on Thursday. Durable goods orders. Sounds a bit boring, but this reflects investment and it feeds into GDP. The Fed eyes investment, and GDP is released just one day afterwards. It's durable goods orders for the month of September, so it's very relevant. It's still Q3 GDP. Okay, and we also have jobless claims at the same time. In the past few months, they were really good, but last week they jumped back up to 260. So let's see what's going on over there. And last, we have the pending home sales. Today's new home sales is more important. Moving from Thursday to Friday, thank God it's Friday. We have inflation figures from Japan throughout the night, but the most important one is the one that is published by the Bank of Japan, and it's the most important one for the Bank of Japan because it's its own figure and it looks better than other core figures. So that's at 5 GMT. Half an hour later, we have the first release of GDP also from France, the second largest economy in the Eurozone, and 7 GMT, we have first release of GDP from here in Spain, in Barcelona. But the most important GDP, of course, comes from the United States of America. We'll have a special preview on that, 12:30, and that's sort of the last event for the week, ending the week with a bang. First release of GDP for Q3. Okay.